2020, and here's what's happening. A mother and father are facing charges following a drug overdose in Falconer. Plus, how lawmakers aim to help clean up Chautauqua Lake.
And a live look over downtown Erie shows you the mostly cloudy skies out there today, but is there any precipitation in the forecast? We'll talk about it next as the news starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Our top story today, 2 parents are facing charges after a woman allegedly overdosed on drugs in front of a 2-month-old child at Falconer's Budget Inn last week. Town of Ellicott police say that 36-year-old Joshua Lincoln and 24-year-old Tanasha Babcock are charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Officers say they responded to the motel just before 1:30 a.m. last Wednesday for a reported overdose. On scene, police say they observed a female overdosing on an unknown drug substance. A 2-month-old child was in the room during that overdose, and both parents, later identified as Lincoln and Babcock, were under the influence of drugs and unable to care for their child. Officers say the 2 were issued an appearance ticket for the Town of Ellicott court at a later date. It's unclear if the child was placed into Child Protective Services care. And 2 City of Jamestown residents are facing charges after allegedly fighting with police following a domestic dispute Sunday afternoon in the area of South Main and Harrison Streets. Jamestown police say while responding to that dispute call, a male suspect, later identified as 20-year-old Trey Cox, engaged in a physical altercation with investigating officers in an attempt to prevent his arrest. A female, later identified as 19-year-old Mackenzie Little, also allegedly engaged in a physical confrontation with police on scene. Both were arrested and charged with resisting arrest. Officers say Cox was additionally charged with second-degree obstructing governmental administration on an outstanding bench warrant from Jamestown City Court. Officers say the duo was taken to city jail and later released with appearance tickets in that case. Well, New York State Senator George Borrello says with the help from Assemblyman Andy Goodell, Chautauqua Lake will once again receive state funding to help clean up that natural resource. Last year, $250,000 were cut from the state budget. Borrello says the money was slated to help fund weed harvesting and herbicide application to combat harmful algae blooms.
Chautauqua Lake is a major economic driver and is also the most challenged lake when it comes to the eutrophic nature of it and the fact that it is challenged with invasive species and harmful algal blooms. To know that we have those challenges and that it requires so much attention and so much research, having this funding along with Fort Foundation and all the organizations and municipalities and people that support Chautauqua Lake is critical.
Now, the senator says the memorandum of agreement signed last year is also a critical component to not only return funding from the state, but from outside sources as well. The agreement outlined a series of short-term and long-term strategies for lake cleanup. It additionally requires entities involved in the process to not enter into litigation, as long as each group stays within the bounds of the contract. The senator says the new state money will be used for in-lake treatments and analysis. Well, last month, HGTV announced they're launching a new show that would give one lucky small town a makeover. And so far, several area locations have entered in that contest. WNY News Now's Craig McFadden is here with more on Jamestown's submission. Hey, Craig.
Hi, Justin. Yes, titled Hometown Takeover, the hosts of HGTV's Hometown, Ben and Aaron Napier, will take over and restore an entire town. Towns with a population of under 40,000 were urged to enter the contest, and the city of Jamestown has thrown his name into the hat. The Jamestown Board of Public Utilities posted the city's video submission into the contest on their YouTube page last week. The video depicts a town that has been through tough times, but is bursting with potential and once again on the rise.
A lot of things have left this area, but recently there is kind of a resurgence of small businesses popping up around town. And it would be nice to see some more of the storefronts filled up and refurbed to their glory of the heyday of Jamestown.
Jamestown is no stranger to national TV coverage. Just last year, the city was featured in DIY Network's Salvage Dogs. There's no word yet on the results of this contest, so for now, we're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed. Back to you, Justin.
All right, Craig, certainly very exciting. We thank you for your reporting. Boy, wouldn't it be great if Jamestown could see a makeover like that, and especially on such a national scale. And I know Craig and I, before talking about this story this morning, we're kind of going over the long list of towns that were involved. So certainly fingers crossed for sure, as he's mentioned, to see whether or not Jamestown will be one of the finalists there or how they work that out. The show actually hasn't specifically explained yet, but certainly areas like Frewsburg and Salamanca have already kind of talked about getting involved in that process. I know Salamanca has submitted a video for it, so we'll certainly see what happens there. Well, hopefully everybody's having a great day. Thanks for joining us here on WNY News Now. Great to have you. Happy Monday. Got to say hello to Joe, hello to Lori, hello to David as well. Good afternoon to Barbara. Thanks for being here with us. Lori chiming in about the lake story. She says, yeah, it's pretty bad. The lake, we won't even put our boat in it, hopefully to see it better. And yeah, the lake and the algae is especially the smell of it, I think, is one of the worst things too. And I know the harmful blooms can really cause issues to skin. They had a number of beaches shut down last summer because of these harmful algae blooms. So certainly hopefully they can work something out there and get it back to the way that it used to be. I know one of the biggest challenges that we talk with environmental officials is they say that the lake itself is being so eutrophic, it is kind of sucked in all of this not debris, but septic waste and farming runoff and phosphorus from the shore. And that causes a lot of problems. Good afternoon to Alberta as well. Good afternoon to Cindy. John says, holy moly, it's Monday again. Yeah, John, it is. And we're here. You know, we got to love it. Mondays aren't so bad. Let's switch gears, check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. Dakota, I like Mondays. I don't know about you. Maybe it's just because I like to get back to seeing all of you guys here in the newsroom.
Aw, aren't you sweet? But no, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Mondays, though. My favorite day of the week generally is between Thursday and Friday, generally. But anyway, happy Monday anyway. Here's a live look at First Defense Doppler. We have nothing going on across the area. We had a few rain showers and snow showers this morning. Now, there will be the chance for another chance for some wintry mix, but yeah, I think it's a very small chance through the afternoon. Here's a live look outside. Socked in cloud cover downtown. We're at 35. We're down from our high from today. The high was around 36. We're going to slowly drop the temperatures down a little bit through the day, and this is the culprit why. West-northwest wind starting to develop now as a cold front moves through, and the wind chill's down to 30 when you combine the air temperature and the wind speed together. 35 here, 34 in Mayville, 37 Erie, 35 Edinburgh. You can change the town name, but the temperatures don't change a whole lot, pretty much across northwestern Pennsylvania and the southern tier. So here it is for the day. Mostly cloudy to complete overcast through the day. Not a lot of sunshine out there. And again, there's a chance for a wintry mix, rain or snow showers through the afternoon, but it's kind of an iffy chance though. This is where we're going to end the day, 28 to 34 with a southwest wind eventually shifting north-northwest, and those were the low temperatures this morning, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Jay?
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. Coming up, we have a lot more to tell you about. New York State, they're suing the federal government after it was kicked from the Trusted Traveler program. What this means for us here in Jamestown. And later, why local families are hosting a fundraiser that fights for a cure of a devastating disease. More as WNY News Now continues.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you. Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
The mother of a special education student at Maple Grove High School is speaking out.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
And Lake Erie is covered in less than 1% of ice as this winter season has entered its peak.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Every cookie sold in the Girl Scout Cookie Program helps girls learn lifelong lessons in people skills, decision making, money management, goal setting, and business ethics. It's amazing how much you can learn from a cookie. The Girl Scout Cookie Program. Think outside the box.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
And welcome back to WNY News Now. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says that the state will file a lawsuit challenging the Department of Homeland Security's decision to block New Yorkers from participating in the Trusted Traveler programs in retribution for a New York state law that could hinder federal immigration enforcement. Now, in December, a new state law took effect, allowing New York residents to apply for a driver's license without having to prove that they are in the United States legally. Now, part of that law also prohibits the state's Department of Motor Vehicles from giving records to federal immigration agents. Last week, the Department of Homeland Security retaliated, saying it would no longer allow New Yorkers to enroll or renew their membership in certain federal programs that make it easier for people traveling internationally to get through border security, including global entry.
We're going to disclose this political intrusion into government, this ham-handed political tactic that once again hurts New Yorkers to make their political point.
Now, several other states have similar policies of allowing unauthorized immigrants to get driver's licenses, but New York is the only state that bans the sharing of motor vehicle records with immigration agents. Well, Senator Chuck Schumer wants the federal government to repay New York for money spent fighting against the coronavirus. Schumer says the city of New York has to respond to the outbreak, but it's getting too expensive to do so. Last month, Schumer successfully pushed the Trump administration to declare novel coronavirus a public health emergency. That lets the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention use a designated reserve account to help fund and address it.
Already, the response to corona by New York City has cost over $1 million, and they're going to spend a lot more money than that. To prevent corona from happening, from spreading, if somehow somebody gets here, is very, very important. And New York should not have to skimp on the dollars. The money we provided can not only hire federal agents, but can be given to localities who know how to do this. Just as the city is spending and could spend millions over the next 60 days, the feds have yet to work out a contract, an agreement with New York City to pay for it. So tonight I'm asking the feds, HHS, to sign on the dotted line, to just take the contract and sign it, and say we will reimburse New York City for its costs.
Now, meanwhile, the first U.S. citizen has died from coronavirus in the Chinese city of Wuhan. The U.S. Embassy in Beijing says that the patient was 60 years old. Since the outbreak in December, the coronavirus has killed more than 700 people worldwide, mostly in China, and at least 12 cases have been confirmed here in the United States. Well, attention parents, around 14,000 baby carriers are being recalled due to faulty buckles, which could cause your child to fall out of the seat. The Infantino carriers were sold at Target and Amazon late last year and include the Go Forward, Flip Front, and Up Close models. No injuries, thankfully, have been reported, But for more information, you can go to the company's website, infantino.com. Well, believe it or not, it's now time to snag some items you may have had your eyes on. Buying in February may save us big bucks down the road, according to a popular couponing website. Mandy Gaithner with some tips on what to buy and what not to buy right now in today's Consumer Watch.
There's a right and wrong time for everything. That includes shopping. And according to Jenny Martin with SouthernSavers.com, February is a good time to buy TVs and furniture.
All of last year's designs and models you'll see at really great discounts this time of the year. Winter apparel and accessories as well. So we're already seeing some pretty big clearance sales.
Other items that tend to be on sale this month: bicycles, wedding supplies, air conditioners, and mattresses. But don't plan to give your sweetheart jewelry this month.
They are some of the most expensive items to grab during the month of February. So how about if we give jewelry in June?
Martin says there are no major holiday weekend sales in February, so cars and other big ticket items are a no. But if you're planning a trip, it's a go.
If you want to go on a cruise, if you want to book a vacation rental, they're all running sales. They want to try to get people to make decisions early. And so this is your moment.
And seizing that moment could save you big bucks. For today's Consumer Watch, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, Mandy, thank you. It's also a good time to buy citrus fruits and avocados, as well as vegetables like broccoli and carrots, although Dakota experts say groceries like ice cream, steaks, and baking supplies, like flour and sugar and whatnot, generally aren't on sale this time of year because there isn't such a large demand for it. So that certainly makes sense, especially with the New Year's resolutions. Everyone's trying to lose a little weight, and they're probably saying, I'm not going to buy that cookie mix this week, honey. So, but you
why would you buy cookie mix? I mean, just make your own homemade cookies.
Yeah, you could. Your dad
although
is like the best baker I've ever met in my life, besides my very own Grandma Rosie, who we all love so much. It's like you have Dakota's dad and Grandma Rosie, and they're like right there.
And they fight it out to be number one.
We could have a show about that.
That's true.
That'd be great.
We could have a bake-off.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you think your dad would be down for that? Grandma Rosie would. I mean, all day. Just give her a stove and supplies and whatever else you need to make cookies.
The mixing bowl, the flour, and all that stuff.
Oh, that's just
my dad cooks, but I don't.
No.
That's the very weird thing about it. So.
Well, it's good you have them.
Yeah, that's true.
You did some big buying this weekend. Yeah. You got yourself a brand new Apple Watch.
Yes.
And it looks pretty good.
The Apple Watch.
Dakota comes. I thought it was pretty cute this morning. You come running into the newsroom after we sent out an alert this morning. Yeah. And you're like, guys, look at this. I get the notification.
It comes up on the Apple Watch.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
And you got the globe on there as your screensaver.
Yeah, that's the watch face. It's kind of backwards, but it's a. I mean, there's a bunch of watch faces you can add on here. Of course, if you have an Apple Watch, you know about it.
Can you do custom pictures for that?
I think it actually can do your photos library from your phone.
Oh.
Because obviously, the watch has to be synced to your phone.
Yeah.
So, if you have an iPhone, you can sync it with your photo library. And I think it'll put photos back behind there.
Hello to Kirk. He says, do it. Totally. And then we could give away the baked goods on the street. That'd be really good. I think that'd be fun. We could do it on the street.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We'll shut down 3rd Street. Okay. We will build a set and we'll have like a bake-off.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool, like intro to spring type thing. Got to say hello to Lori. Hello to Jason. Hello to Mark and Cindy as well. Hopefully you all are having a good day. Well, let's switch gears and get a check of our First Defense weather forecast. You were out last week and you missed all the fun with the winter storm.
I know.
But this morning, I was pleasantly surprised to see it felt pretty warm out there.
Yeah.
The rain wasn't that fun, but it was a little warmer nevertheless.
It was. And these were the low temperatures this morning. So this is actually above our average high. Our average low temperature for the state, we should be into the mid-teens. 33 degrees was the official low in Jamestown this morning. 38, Dunkirk, 37, Buffalo, 28 down there in Olean, down, of course, in the valleys. So you generally stay cooler at night. So ski conditions here, even though it's still February, this is still a ski and snowboarding season. So everybody has pretty much good bases now. Mount Pleasant's peaking peak base is now up to 30 inches. Most everybody has a packed powder or a machine groomed surface, so all the surfaces and bases are looking pretty good there across all the ski resorts across the area. Now again, you can see on the settling radar composite, again, this is over the past few hours. You can see that we have these clouds streaming in from the north and west today, so that's going to be the story throughout the day today. Low pressure area down here south of Indy, and that's going to take a track that's going to be south of us, but we should be on the dry side of this for the majority of the day. Here's future scan through the day. This is the in-house computer model, and I personally think this model is not doing a good job trying to talk about this here, but you can see there will be the chance for a few rain and snow showers. I think there's going to be more than what is actually kind of shown here, but again, it's not going to be widespread. It'll be on again, off again showers. Tomorrow will be dry, and again, you know, the model's trying to spit out maybe a small snow shower tomorrow morning, but I think the majority of the day tomorrow will be dry, and especially tonight. Now, looking down the road, the bigger story here is going to be this week. Now, it looks like what's going to happen here, this is going Thursday night into Friday. We're going to have a strong cold front coming in basically from Canada. That's going to drag in an Arctic air mass, and you know what that means. Arctic air means temperatures will plummet all the way on Thursday night going into Friday. Now, in terms of snowfall accumulations, I don't know how much yet. Nobody does. But right now, it could be a few inches to another plowable snow. That's the best range we've got for you right now. It's too early to throw out numbers, but when we do, but of course, as we get closer here, but again, look at this. Cupid will be frozen in time for Valentine's Day. You can see here 30 degrees on Thursday will drop all the way down to 12 on Friday. That is a forecasted high, not the low. And so again, it'll be a very cold Valentine's Day. And speaking about that, just like Post Malone, our love went cold, although the seasons haven't changed yet. But anyway, if we hit our forecasted high of 12, that will be the third coldest Valentine's Day on record, dating all the way back to 1919. The coldest was actually just a couple years ago, where we only hit 7 back in 2016. So again, if we hit that 12 degree high, that'll be the third coldest Valentine's Day on record. Ouch. Zone forecast, Lake Erie shoreline today, though, at least none of that. At least this is around average, lower to mid-30s through the day, more clouds than sun, but the temperatures are actually going to drop back a little bit by the afternoon hours. Inland areas here, temperatures dropping from the high today down into the lower 30s. Again, there's a chance for that rain or snow shower through the afternoon. Next 7 days of your life are coming up right now, and 35 degrees tomorrow, 37 Wednesday. Both of those days are pretty much above average, but again, our average high is rising now. And again, Thursday, Friday, there's that storm system. Storm is likely Thursday, 7 to start Friday, only rebound to 12 Friday afternoon, 1 little lonely degree to start Saturday morning, very frigid, but we do rebound into the low, but we do rebound into the mid to upper 20s, and then 40 degrees again next Sunday with a few snow showers. Sports is next.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Manic Monday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. The Jamestown Rebels are now on a 3-game winning streak after sweeping the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights over the weekend. On Friday, the Rebels pitched a 3-0 shutout and then followed that game up with a 6-1 victory on Saturday. With their winning streak, Jamestown has jumped to 5th place in the East with 39 points, 2 points behind the Maryland Black Bears. Jamestown will be back in action on Valentine's Day at 7:30, in which it will be on the road versus the Johnstown Tomahawks, who are in 2nd in the East. In the field of high school basketball, Tonight at 7:30, the Maple Grove Red Dragons varsity boys basketball team will host a Section 6 Class C conference game against the Clymer Pirates. Maple Grove is 10-6 and riding high with a 4-game winning streak, which includes a 65-52 victory over Frewsburg last Thursday. On the opposing end, Clymer is 7-10 this season and are coming off a 57-24 win over Cassadaga in their last game last Thursday, snapping a 3-game losing skid. On Sunday, the Buffalo Sabres came up short at home against the Anaheim Ducks, losing 3-2. A comeback effort came up just short after the Sabres fell behind 3-0 in the first period. Rasmus Dahlin and Johan Larsson each scored a goal in the losing effort. In his second career NHL start between the pipes, Jonas Johansson finished with 25 saves out of 28 shots faced. On Anaheim's end, Ryan Getzloff, Nick Ritchie, and Jacob Silfverberg each scored a goal. Former Sabre Ryan Miller saved 31 out of 33 shots faced. Buffalo will be back in action Tuesday night at 7 o'clock as they will host the Detroit Red Wings. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
All right, Norm, thank you very much. Well, several local families affected by Lennox gastric syndrome will host an awareness walk later this month at the Chautauqua Mall. Darla Davidson, whose son Aaron suffers from severe seizures related to the disease, says the walk will take place Saturday, February 29th at noon. Davidson's son was first diagnosed at 2.5 years old after he had the first of many seizures. Since New York State recently legalized medical marijuana, Davidson says Aaron's condition has drastically improved. The National LGS Foundation was recently awarded the Chang Zhang Berger Initiative grant to help further research for this rare disorder. On Saturday, February 29th, is Rare Disease Day, and Dakota Davidson encourages everyone in the community to join her group at the mall to show support for impacted families and those who maybe are interested in helping donate to their local cause here. We have a link on WNYNewsNow.com as to how you can do that. So pretty amazing. And we met Darla Davidson and her son last year, if you remember. He was featured on this program talking about how he was starting the new medical marijuana trials. And since then, she says that his condition has drastically improved, and that pill that he takes for marijuana really helps him and helps kind of combat the seizures. And I would imagine, that's got to be one of the hardest things as a parent to see is your son have to go through something like that. And the thing is, there's really not too much they can do in the immediate moment when they're having a seizure, other than just try to, care them and tell them that it's okay. And I imagine that must be very scary. So certainly good to see, though, that their community is really rallying together. And this disease, Darla says, is so rare that not that many people around the world even have this. So here in Chautauqua County and in Western New York, really, if you think about the scope of it, that they've kind of rallied together to support each other is just another reason why I think this community is so amazing. So. Well, let's switch gears and get a check of our amazing weather forecast with Dakota. I think a lot of the people around here are sort of tired of this winter weather, but it's only February. That's the thing.
The thing is, you can't really complain though, because this winter hasn't been all that bad. I mean, we get snow. It's supposed to be cold. It's winter, people. This is what it's supposed to be like.
Well, I mean, you're right. But, if you don't like it, go somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't like the cold, and this IFB is driving me nuts today. 12 degrees is our high, our forecasted high for next Friday. Arctic air mass coming in Thursday night through Friday. If we hit that 12-degree high, that will tie for the third coldest Valentine's Day on record in the city of Jamestown, dating back 100 years since 1919.
Wow, that's going to be chilly. And this weekend they have that President's Day Winterfest in Mayville, the Ice Castle and all that. So burr, burr, burr.
Are they even
on Friday?
So how are they building the ice castle if there's no ice?
That's
to
a good
work
question.
Off of?
Yeah, we've actually reached out to the group's organizer, and hopefully they'll be on the show a little bit later on this week. Haven't heard back yet, but we'd love to get an update on that. And certainly exciting this weekend I imagine, though, I mean, when you look at Chautauqua Lake right now, there's not a ton of ice out there. I mean, you can kind of see a little bit of it there on our one camera, but nevertheless, that.
Some of that might actually be snow. It might actually not be ice, though. It might be just some snow that's covering the top
of ice that's on the lake.
And you know, we talked about this on the air before because, you know, especially during like you know, the spring and summer when we put up the boaters forecast, why don't we have anything for Chautauqua Lake? Well, the answer is we don't get observations of Chautauqua Lake, and it would be nice
because it looks like the lake's frozen.
Yeah,
for the most part.
I mean, you know, it would be nice to have like, you know, temperatures of the lake water, and it would be nice to have like total ice concentration on the lake. But fortunately, we don't have that data.
Right. Yeah, that's all right. Well, hey Dakota. Thank you. That's going to do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We're back tomorrow. Hope to see you then.